A friend of mine in Twin, he said, I better come along to Clearwater Mall here in Rudderput. He said, because there's some guys playing computer games or something like that, but he said it's well worth coming to check it out. Something to do with MTN. Maybe someone can tell us what's happening. Guys playing chess, PC gaming, MTN Pulse. Scan here to register. I think I found him. Brad, how's it? How are you?
How are you? Great, man.
Okay,
How are you doing? Hi, Brendan. Okay, so what this is this is what we call the MTN Shift gaming experience. We're trying to lower the barriers to entry to esports. So what esports is essentially is competitive gaming. So instead of, if you think about sports in a traditional form like rugby where you play on the field, in esports is just that. It's a sport in the digital environment. This is a virtual reality rhythm game which is called Beat Saber. He's got lightsabers in his hand, yes. And as these blocks are coming towards him, he has to smack the blocks in the right direction. So it's almost like if Guitar Hero and fitness had a baby, this is what it turns out to. So what this is actually a national tournament. So we're looking for whoever sets the highest score at this mall over this weekend will get invited and hosted to come down to Cape Town to play in a grand finals. So we're doing this across 8 different malls across the country, and then we find a representative for each mall, and then they come in for a grand finals, our top 8, and then they will compete for their share of 50,000 Rand. So it's not small fry. So whoever wins this weekend will win, and I think he wins about 5 grand, but then they come to compete in a grand finals against 7 other people from all the 7 other qualifiers that we have, and they will compete for their share of 50K. If you look to your right, this is a racing zone. So we've got Formula One on sim rigs. So what's happening here is we are running a King of the Hill tournament. So whoever sets the fastest lap across the whole weekend will win a mall voucher for a couple of $100. So this is completely standalone and isolone. It starts and finishes on this weekend.
He loves it. He's telling me to go faster even. He's focused. He's like, I got this, Daddy. I got this. There's the guy right in front of me.
Today's Friday. I mean, is this going on for
the whole weekend at Clearwater this weekend?
Yeah.
It's the last one that we have in Johannesburg. In 2 weeks' time, we're at Cape Gate in the north in Cape Town. And then at the end of the month, we have our grand finals at Canal Walk.
Okay.
And that's where all of the winners from all of these individuals come to compete for the national tournament. So this is the 5th year that we've been running this. Every year we evolve it slightly and we bring in new components, new games. Like this year, it's the first year that we have a dance zone.
Dance zone.
So typically esports tends to be very male dominated. Games like this attract a wider audience. So what happens here is that you've got an eye tracker.
Yes.
So you need to do your dance moves in replicating what you see.
Oh, okay, I see. Hang on a second. What dance moves? Okay, I kind of got this. All right.
A lot of people do this as their entertainment.
Yes.
It's fun. It's really just engaging. But when you want to compete against other players, it sort of raises the game a little bit and makes it super interesting.
So the scores are kept at all these different stations.
Correct.
And then you're going to take that all and there's going to be this final down.
Correct. So, only 2 of our games that we're running are national competitions.
Okay.
Here, this starts and finishes here on this weekend.
Okay.
So whoever sets the highest score this weekend will win. And then it's done. So they don't come to Cape Town.
What might be my prize?
Well, you'd have to play a little bit more because if you've seen some of the other girls dancing, they're pretty shame. I'm going to wait. This is a Brawlhalla tournament. So this is the fighting game community. So these guys are busy playing Tekken. They're probably practicing for the tournament which is running tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a Tekken tournament, and then on Sunday it's Street Fighter 6.
we're busy selecting our players now, getting ready for the match. Which one are you choosing?
I've got all my players.
Get the sword, get the sword. Ooh, the boomerang.
Why are we doing this? So typically, the barriers to entry in the space are very high. If you look around me, all of the kit and all of these monitors and all of these computers and PlayStations are very, very expensive. So for the average person to play in the space at home, you need an outlay an awful lot of money. So the barriers to entry are high. What we are doing here is all you need to do is rock up. There's no entry fee, there's no hoops to jump through. You just have to fit the right age requirement. We've put everything in place. If you have the skills, all you need to do is come, rock up, engage, play, and hopefully win. And this is one of the national tournaments. So what we do is we run a whole bunch of online qualifiers. Careful, these guys are in-game.
Okay.
They're taking it very serious.
All right.
So it's basically a replica of a soccer game. One player controls an entire team, the other player controls the other team. So it all becomes strategically on how you pass, how you intercept, what shots on goal you have. But it's very intricate with regards to the players that you have in your roster, the stamina that they have, and really what your shots on goal are like, because there's a power mechanism on how fast you shoot. You hold the button in and then release it. So it's a lot to do with timing. It's all about timing.
Is this for the first time for some of these guys playing this, or do you play this elsewhere at home?
So we do have a few free PlayStations for people to experience it, but a lot of these guys who are playing in the background are semi-professional players. That's what they do day in and day out. And it's cool to come and test your skills against other players. There's very much something like an ego, there's something to play for. A lot of these players who do really well get picked up and play for professional teams and actually get paid to play. So it's...
computer games like this?
Welcome to 2026. This is the largest prize money in sports is in and around gaming. Well, this is the digital playground of the future.
Did not know that.
You're joking.
It's got to do with his hair.
So let me give you an idea. We have certain games that are played in the space with prize money upwards of $30 million. Oh, welcome to the future.
Wait a bit, so you're telling me from Cape Town, these guys can go on further?
So yes, so we don't have prize pools of that scale in this country, but I'm talking about things like the Dota International, which has been happening for quite a few years. And a lot of that prize money is actually crowdfunded from the people in the audience who generally watch that game. So they buy virtual goods within the game, and then the publishers of the game take a certain percentage of stuff that they sell, and they use that as their prize pool for their large tournaments.
I knew this was going to be interesting today, and now it's like, okay. So when do you think the moment's going to come on Sunday when it gets to the crescendo?
Sunday afternoon, when all of the qualifiers and all the heats are done, and these guys are now, when we have the last, say, 8 in the bracket, then it starts to get very contentious. So you can just come and sit in our chill area and spectate and watch the hype.
The public won't be able to be in the middle here of the gaming. It's too serious, right?
People can walk around here, but the stanchioned area behind me, we cordon it off. Because you don't want to come and bump shoulders while they take this very seriously.
Yo, or push a camera in the middle of a game, Get down to Clearwater Mall, here at the MTN stand in the bottom here. There's all this stuff going on. This is going to be some good stuff by the end of the weekend. I'm sure about that. All right.